So there's two plays that drove me nuts on defense. Otherwise, that was a pretty good outing that I thought. But the first one obviously was a touchdown. You see the Ravens are in a 3-by-1 formation. The Chargers have locked to the backside. So a lot of teams just play man to the backside. They have zone to the top of the screen. So tight end, receiver. So you see some motion here. So they go in motion. So right here, the free safety is shaded. He didn't go with the motion for, I have no idea why, but shaded towards two tight ends. No reason to do that at all. So with the motion, now man coverage to the two guys to the bottom of the screen. And if the back releases, he probably has him. If not, he has to carry. So just read your keys. Read your keys. He should be right here. Back doesn't release. He should immediately bust his ass to get here. You can see free safety, number one, eliminates himself. So he eliminates himself. There's no reason for you to be over here because you have help. These are just like one-on-one football stuff that for whatever reason they do it at the worst possible times. They make these mistakes. If he's where he's supposed to be, if this guy is where he's supposed to be, he easily is on top of it, and the ball probably doesn't get thrown. You can make an argument that Jatavis right here should have got hands on him. You can't let somebody run free like that. Just so many problems with this, man. Letting guys run free, not carrying routes down the field, alignment, awareness, just all bad. Next one is in the fourth quarter, so all the Ravens are going to do is just run inside zone. Nothing spectacular, nothing fancy at all. So they're going to run right at him, essentially, and what he has to do is he has to squeeze. He doesn't do that, creates a running lane, and from there, it's just all bad. So check out the play, just walking through so many bad things in like a 3-second span. So what you want to do is attack this blocker. Like he takes the first step, and then, as you can see, playing kind of chicken with a blocker, creates a running lane, RIP. So that can't happen. That's no number 33. Second, this fella right here gets caught up in the wash. So that's fine by Pollard, however you want to say it. But so Emmanuel does a good job of coming downhill, but he needs to just attack the flow of the play. There's no reason for him to run straight. He runs right at the ball carrier and naturally takes himself out of the play. He's actually a really good run defender, so I'm surprised that he does this. He usually makes some pretty crazy plays, which he did make in this game, but not used to playing the will linebacker. They went heavy because they want to stop the run, so no Jatavis. And then a die right there. So this is at the end of the game where they're running the clock out. You should be flying up. There's no run responsibilities at all. I never get when guys just stop their feet. Like he loses all his momentum. Any momentum that he just gained by running, by stopping right there, he's just toast. And he's not that kind of athlete that can recover and has the speed to make up for that stuff. So stiff arms, pretty dirty. And there's a few ugly plays from him, but just Derwin, Emmanuel, Adai. See what Bosa do on this play. Bosa's fine. If all he has to do, honestly, is just step the right way, maybe even more flat, and probably replace Pollard. But he doesn't. Even if he doesn't do that, and he just kind of shoots the gap, but then again, not fast enough to do that. Probably a play where Jatavis makes, or even Phillips, but nothing doing, man. 21-yard first down game. It was a rough night for this guy, this guy, this guy, and this guy, as far as just protecting the quarterback. So he gets beat pretty bad on this play. These two are fine, but just over the course of the game, they were bad. And in pass protection, he gives up this sack here where This just kind of happens when you are not the aggressor. At running back, you cannot wait for a linebacker, or else they will do that to you. You have to, what Jackson has to do here is really tough for a rookie anyways, but he basically has to just run, essentially meet him as close to the line of scrimmage as he can and make him kind of pick a direction of where to go. That way this person can slide in a direction, but since that doesn't happen, this is the result. He's able to just run kind of right through him. And as you can see from this fella, that is not great. That's just kind of been his story all year and doesn't help when you're kind of opening the gate up there. But Jackson's at fault here, really, and Gordon did the same thing. You'll see that next here. So of all the plays, this really like kind of captures the difference in the level of physicality between the team in white and the team in blue. There were quite a few Chargers beat on this play. Let's start with the running back. So he actually does a good job of just attacking the line of scrimmage, just what we critiqued Jackson for the play before. And as you can see, he attacks him, and he quote-unquote passes him off because of stunt, but then he gets caught with a defensive lineman, and yeah, he's just not going to win that battle. That's tough because he can't really cut him like you would probably hope he would, just because he was engaged at one point. At this point, though, he's just got to go down and just kind of hope Rivers can do something. But the pass protection is not great. If anything, Pouncey should, once he's secure right here, once Feeney has him locked up, he should work back to the middle and kind of help him out if just that's how the protection was set. They really just got caught in a bad spot here with the stunt, with the D lineman twisting here. Yeah, Gordon, that's just not really fair to him. But just as far as physicality and tenaciousness, watch Tevi and watch this guy right here. That's just the aggressor. That's just how Baltimore was all night. They were active, they were fast, they were aggressive, and they're physical. And they punched the Chargers in the mouth, and it pretty much showed the majority of the game. Just Rivers didn't have much of a chance. All right, so this is the last play, and as you're watching this play, the very next play, this person right here gives up a sack, and he actually had help, but he was beat so fast that it didn't matter. If only there was somebody else on the roster that could take his spot. But for this play, just watch good old 75 here. Ooh-wee, man, that's tough. Jackson is actually running his butt off right there to basically make it. He doesn't make it back to the line of scrimmage. He loses 1 yard. But this is what's been happening the last month or so, just with the line. Whether it's a lot of times, what'll happen is they'll actually get out in space, and he's been overrunning guys a lot lately. He didn't there, but this happened like 3 times in this game where Pouncey would overrun guys, but the guards have just been killing the run game, man. They're just not really giving much of a chance. And that 48, whoever, Onowosu or however you pronounce his name, he was the AFC Player of the Week because of plays like that, where that just shouldn't happen to a professional player, but here we are.